You know that saying, sticks and stones may break my bones? Malicos is efficient enough that he only needs the second half of that to do his job. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zereth Prevails. We've got another Faction Essentials video today, and this is my favorite counter, probably right now in the game. It's the most enjoyable squad to play, folks. Malicos is a lot of fun, maybe a little expensive, but very worth pursuing. He kills Galactic Legends. He throws stones at your opponent. It's quite impressive. So before we jump in, just want to say a huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all of your support, guys. Truly, it means the world to me. Thank you, guys. And guys, if you want to support the channel for free, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment, mount the algorithm. It's free, guys. It's free to play. It's free to play friendly. The algorithm is free to play. Let's go to some slides. Yes! Yes! Some slides. Aren't you excited? Alright, the teams. All of them have Sear and Cal and Fulcrum and Malicos. All four of those. Except for 3v3, we leave out Fulcrum. Sometimes Malicos goes with crew or something in threes, and we put Fulcrum in there, and you kill things that aren't Galactic Legends. But it's a very good team. Excuse me, very good team. The biggest question mark is, does Maul go on the team or does crew? We'll answer that along with a lot of other stuff. Now, the Zeta or Omicron priority here, guys. This is where it gets expensive. Not only is Malicos a pretty recent character, I guess Cal and Cere also are. They're non-accelerated characters, though they do help you unlock Jedi Knight Cal, and they should be accelerated pretty soon. Not immediately, but in the next, I don't know, 3 months. I don't know, but they're very worthwhile characters to get, in my opinion. And I think the biggest question mark in my mind is, well, a lot of people have this question: does Malicos need his third Omicron? Otherwise, Cere needs all her Zetas. All of them need all their Zetas. It's crazy, except there's like one that they don't need. Fulcrum and Cal don't need their Omicrons unless you want to do territory wars with them, which a lot of people do. But if you don't want to do territory wars with this team, I don't know if it's worth 2 Omicrons for this squad in territory wars. I'm just not sure. One way or another, though, it's fine. They're pretty good. It's a pretty good team. I would say the priority is going to go, you want to put one on Sear. The Sear Omicron is vital. And then you want the 2 Omicrons on Malicos' unique. And then the question that everyone's asking, the one that people always leave off, and I kind of struggle to comprehend it, but they leave off Malicos' special Omicron, which if you want to use him, in my opinion, it's pretty vital. I'll show you numbers in a little bit, though. So, yeah, it does greatly increase your win rates if you have it. Now, I was going to show you guys Sear, and we're going to look at Malicos' stats at the end, but what I decided was I wanted to point out one of his really vital abilities. He has a ton of things that happen. You guys are going to have to read for yourselves. Honestly, you have to read his kit, and it's really, really, really strong. But the biggest thing for him that I'm going to point out here, guys, is whenever an unaligned force user ally, which the whole team is going to be unaligned force users, then whenever they use an ability, Malicos assists, and that's so big here. It's so important, and something we're going to point out. I think I might even be able to show you some footage when at the end of this video, if we don't take too much time. So otherwise, also, no one can be revived on this against this team, which is really nice against like Ray teams with Ben. If you can finally manage to kill Ben, he's not coming back, which is a very nice thing, of course. Otherwise, yeah, he's good. He's that guy who, when life gives you lemons, just give them to Malicos, and he'll throw them at your opponents and kill them. It's amazing. He does a lot of damage. The modding, he's offense, man. All offense. I mean, crit damage, triangle, sure, but you want a pretty big offense secondary. And remember, guys, the stats that I'm showing you are on my big account, my main account, lots of relics. I just want you to see kind of what I'm kind of going for regardless. I know that a lot of you aren't going to get to those stats, including my littler accounts can't get there either. I would recommend getting him as high relic as you can, at least up to 8, because he does a lot of damage at 8, as you might imagine. Now, Sear is the leader of the team, and remember, everyone can be slow on this team because of Sear's leadership here. Until an ally takes a turn, whenever an enemy starts their turn, all unaligned force user allies gain 5% crit chance, crit damage, and offense stacking to the end of the battle. If you can get your opponent's entire team to go before you, you're gonna get, what, 25% extra offense? That's nothing. It's not negligible, folks. It's not good or something. So she could be slow, and contrary to how a lot of people are modding Sear for the territory battle mission, which I still think you should just mod her for health. I never change her mods, but on either of my accounts, which she's Relic 7 on my smaller account, but one way or another, she should be modded for health here because of all the bonus protection that you're going to be getting from Little Cal. Now, Little Cal, he is all health as well. And you can see the ability that I've marked here is whenever someone gets critically hit, he gains 5% protection up, or 10%, sorry, protection up, and so do they. Protection up is pretty nice. It goes off of what someone's health is, though. And so he gives a lot of health to people. Sear's giving, does she give health? I forget if she gives max % health, but one way or another, he gives health. I feel like there's one other place you get health. Lots and lots of health. And so, if you're gaining protection up as a function of all that health that you're gaining, it's really nice. It's a huge amount, and it's one of those things where I've struggled to clean up this team when I've tried to kill it when it was on defense, because I didn't have something that could actually get through that much protection up. You have to get something like buff immunity to be able to stop all of their crazy regeneration. So, really good stuff. He doesn't need to be fast either, just lots of health. He just hangs out, and he has his little droid buddy beeping at you, presumably. Now, Fulcrum Ahsoka, this is one that a lot of people are like, really? You have to get snips up? And yes, absolutely, she is really good. I know she's a luxury character in the sense that she's not required for anything, except for you can do the Fulcrum prestigious quests. Is that what they're called? I did those. They think you get like an Omega material for it. It's super worth it. It's terrible. But the thing about her, so first off, you need more people to do damage. Cere does a big hit every once in a while. She just has like kind of a Rexecute sort of ability, which is nice, but otherwise she doesn't do damage. Cal doesn't do damage. Obviously Malicos does damage, but then if you're using crew on the team, no one else does damage. You need someone else, and she's the one to do it, guys. She hits a lot. There's so many buffs flying around on this team that it says, you can see the underlined text there. Whenever she gains a buff using her ability, which she gains all the different unique buffs around the squad, she gains 15% turn meter for each buff on her, which means she's gonna take a second turn. Now remember, Malicos, he assists every single time someone gets every time someone does a special. And so whenever she does her special, she then gets her whirlwind attack, or whatever it's called, and she tries to kill someone, sometimes successfully, sometimes not. But either way, he assists both times. It's kind of a back-to-back, like he just gets 2 assists right off back to back. It's nice. It's fairly fancy. Now, Robot Legs Maul, he's one of the characters. Yeah, now he can be with a lot of teams, guys. Obviously, if you have Lord Vader, wonderful. He can go with Lord Vader. If you have like a Gar ISC squad that you want to use, he's pretty good there too. I'm not going to deny he has uses other places in the game. He's awesome in other places. In those capacities, he's wonderful. In this one, he really does shore up your offense quite a bit. However, you'll see the numbers in just a little bit. He does a lot of true damage. And remember, he does his 5 big hits, and then he does an AoE right after that, so he just gets 6 specials in a row. Malicos gets to assist on all of those, and these are all special damage, which are true damage, which is really nice because when you're hitting Rey right now, Rey teams have like 1200% defense because of those stupid stacking defense crons that are out there. And true damage from Maul and from Malicos is pretty nice. So crew, I didn't even put any important abilities. I just showed you his modding. I don't have him. Maybe he's not the best modded. I don't know. Health and defense, and that's it. Just lots of health, because that's how it works. He wants his ZETAS. He wants his stuff. He's not as good as Maul on this team, guys. He just isn't as good as Maul. But he does play a decent role. And if you're putting him on defense, then I would say like the computer isn't going to use Maul very well. If you're going to put him on defense, which, man, it's such a fun team. Don't do that. I mean, it's good, so I'm not going to tell you like it's a bad choice. But it's a bad choice in terms of fun, I guess. I don't know. It's a pretty silly thing to debate. But one way or another, crew is the guy for you on defense. Because if it's on defense, then people could just destroy this team. Like, you need a tank. You need a tank when it's on defense. When it's on offense, you can kind of control things. Now, does crew work better than Maul? That's the biggest question. Or does Maul work better than crew? And the numbers play out pretty decisively in Maul's favor. If you look at all of the different stats against Rey. Now, I haven't seen a lot of stats. It looks like not many people tried this team against Lord Vader. It's generally wins, and actually it looks a little bit more in favor of crew if you're taking them against Lord Vader. Against Jabba, you have a few wins as well here and there. I would say against Rey teams, though, you can see it's pretty good. 100% for Maul. It's overwhelmingly strong if you use Maul on this team. Then great. If you want to use crew, you're gonna have a little more challenge, but it's not too bad. And these are against Rey teams that are kind of the standard. This is now here's the big caveat, guys. The final one is numbers without the die whelp Omicron, or no, that's with both with the die whelp and without combined into the same stat group. You don't win nearly as much without the die whelp Omicron. With the Omicron, super high win rates. Without it, I mean, good luck, I guess. Like that. Remember that 75%, that includes the ones with the die whelp on there. Apparently I don't think I weeded it out. So I would guess that it's significantly lower even from that. So yes, I would say if you want to use this team, you probably want die whelp because it does a lot of extra true damage. It does a lot of stuff, guys. It's very, very strong. Even if it's popular to say that it doesn't, it's people who want to feel good about themselves not spending Omicrons. If you truly want to use this team well, I think you got to spend it. So I'm sorry to say, it's a lot of fun. Now let's get into a fight. I'll show you how the team works and we'll get out of here, shall we? Let's get to it. Now, you can see this is actually a team. This is one of the reasons I think that having Maul on the team is really strong sometimes, because my opponent put Cat on the squad, which makes it way harder. Remember, Cat's going to give everyone on this team, maybe not Sortie. Yeah, I don't know. But everyone else on this team, she's going to be giving 50% health, 50% extra offense. It's a pretty big deal. And why are you guys taking so stinking long? Hold on a sec, guys. Okay, here we go. So remember, Rey, this is all crazy high mods. I have good mods. My opponent has good mods. This is a top 100 group. It's very strong. You can see they're all taking lots of turns. So you get Fulcrum to go, and she gets her stacks, and that's pretty cool. Alright, so Maul wants to do his AoE, call Malicos, and this is a tricky thing because we want to get those blue stacks off of Rey because we're gaining a bunch of turn meter over time, and we don't, like, Rey's gonna boost her offense even more, even with Cat helping. And so, I mean, the team is crazy resilient, but there's only, a certain level of resilience you can really expect from a team like this. So, all right, let's hit L3 a little bit, get her into damage immunity, but she's got her taunt, so let's, I guess, get rid of that. Okay, let's throw stones here. This is my favorite thing, guys. It didn't do a crazy amount, but you'll see, as he ramps up, he does he does even more. And honestly, he does do a lot. It just doesn't look like that much because that Rey has so much health and she's been giving so much of the bonus protection to everyone. So yeah, Ben just went and dispelled all of our debuffs, did that big AoE hit, and he's like relic 8 or 9 or whatever. It's ridiculous. Okay, Cere has her Rexecute ability available, but because Rey is in ult, yeah, this is gonna be painful, guys. We haven't gotten the blue effect off of Rey this whole time inspired, so she's gonna do a lot of damage, potentially just wipe the whole team, right? Especially because Ben just went and dispelled all of the buffs, all of the protection up that we've earned. He just went and got rid of it for us. He's a kind of a freaking jerk. We haven't been able to dispel the damage immunity yet, or the crit immunity on Rey yet either. Okay, she does her AoE, and then she does a whirlwind immediately after that. Horrifying. Okay, so Cat, we can't afford to let her get her big hit off. So you do the hit, you do, because Maul has 5 stacks of Anguish, he's able to, hold on. Sorry, I have to rewind just a little bit, guys, because I was coughing. Okay, so she's still in an ult at this point. I apologize for that weird rewind. But we, once Maul gets a turn, remember he has 5 stacks of Anguish, so he wants to target Cat so that he can increase her cooldowns. Alright, that's kind of what we're going for here. And so you just hit her one time, increase her cooldown, she doesn't get her force leap, and then back to L3, you can just pummel her to death, I suppose. Good for you, too. Nicely done. Okay, now we haven't even gotten Rey into damage immunity yet, and this is one of those fights I think you just lose if you have crew, because Maul just gives you so much good repetition of attacks from Maul. It's just a wonderful thing. And so we're getting pretty close. Okay, we got damage immunity on Cat as well. We're throwing stones. We almost just killed Ben outright, which is marvelous as well. And so what does Cat want to do? I mean, we could call Malicos. It's just she can grab all of those buffs, do a little twirly thing, call Malicos again. He's stacking his buffs as well, or his debuffs, I should say. Okay, we got the cool Rexecute thing off on Sortie, so now Ben isn't gonna be hiding anymore. I mean, this is a very challenging comp, guys. This is, with Cat, this team is very, very tough to beat. Like, you won't kill it with most Galactic Legend comps, and yet, with Maul and Malicos working together, you can kind of get through it, a little bit at least. You can see we're just doing specials, spamming as much special as we can. This Rey is pretty dang thick with the Cat buff and everything. Okay, so let's just get rid of those stacks, those blue stacks, I guess. Okay, she didn't kill us this time. Her offense is greatly reduced at this point. Okay, we need to get her to 50% health, obviously. And at this point, she also has the Datacron that gives her the 1200% defense, so nothing's doing damage to her, really, unless you can ignore armor. You do the AoE, and just kills crew, and that's it, man. Like, he can't come back because of Malicos, and that's it, guys. That's all she wrote. 72 banners. That was my first attack. You can see. You can come watch me on Twitch, by the way. You can. It's in the video description. The link is, folks, on Twitch. We stream every GAC. Had 149 people watching at that moment. We got up to over 200 that night. So come watch me. Come hang out. It's a good time. We have fun. It's free. So anyways, folks, that's it. That's it for this team. You just want to do lots of specials, and you want to have your team be modded with a lot of offense. That's it. That's basically it. You don't absolutely need Maul on the team, though. It does increase your win rates to almost flawless victories. And against teams like Cat, or with that Rey team with Cat, I think we needed Maul. I don't think we had the hits with crew there that we needed Maul. So, and then I went on with Lord Vader to kill like a Qui-Gon team with the new Kelleran back, and it was scary. So found good use for him. He can kill Malgus teams, etc. So one way or another, folks, this is a pretty good fight, and it's a really fun team. Most fun counter in the game, in my opinion. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zereth prevails.